Guys, be sure to check out tonight on the Hubs channel. We're going to be doing a Young Guns special on Monday night, not Wednesday night, Monday night. We're going to be doing a Young Gun special. We're going to have special guest, New York Giants legend on New York Giants, Giants.com and New York Giants media, Paul Dottino, Paulie D, P. Dot, is going to be joining me and the Hub on the Hubs channel for a very, very special guest, Young Guns podcast. The link will be in the description below. Make sure you guys set your timers, do whatever you got to do. Make sure you guys tune in tonight for a special edition of the Young Guns podcast. Now let's get right onto the video. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video, and today we're going to be discussing two topics as we get ready for the New York Giants versus the Denver Broncos Week 1. There's two topics I really wanted to talk about and are going to be, I guess, pretty significant to the start of Week 1. But before we start this video, guys, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Helps out the algorithm a lot to get my videos recommended in other people's on other people's channels, and your browsing and stuff like that, and on your recommended and stuff like that. So if you guys hit that like button and subscribe, helps out the channel a lot. And also leave a comment as well telling me what you think about this video. And by the way, guys, if you guys like this webcam, close webcam, you guys let me know. I know this webcam isn't the best quality compared to my phone that I usually use, that I usually have set up, and you can see the whole studio. Let me know what you guys like better. I don't really have a preference, but if you guys have a preference, let me know. That being said, I have two things I really want to talk about today. Let's first start off with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has a chance of playing in Week 1, and I know we kind of assumed this, but it feels a lot better actually getting some sort of confirmation about this. Okay, so news is getting around right now that basically the Giants need to see how Saquon Barkley handles a full workload by Thursday to get completely cleared to play in Week 1. Now, honestly, I think he is going to play in Week 1. My big question is, how much of a workload is he going to take in Week 1? Is he going to get 5 to 10 carries? Is he going to get 7 to 10 carries? Is he going to get 15 or more carries, or 10 to 15? You know, we don't even know where we're looking at for Saquon Barkley, because it's not like we used Saquon Barkley to the best of his ability when he was healthy. Like, we always kept Saquon Barkley back, and that's going all the way back to you know Pat Shurmur days, and Pat Shurmur only ran the guy like 10 times, but he ran for over 100 yards in those 10 times. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how we're going to use Saquon Barkley. We barely got to use Saquon Barkley in Jason Garrett's scheme. We only had him for 1.5 games. So we don't even know what Jason Garrett really wants to do with Saquon Barkley. His injury is pretty significant. Him coming back from injury is pretty significant. We don't know what his workload is going to be like. In my honest opinion, I wouldn't mind starting him off with maybe 10 to 15 carries, or maybe 10 to 15 touches in Week 1. I know Week 1 we cannot miss, right? We cannot mess this up, but I don't want to lose my star running back again for a whole year because we get too greedy in Week 1. If we only use them 10 to 15 carries or 10 to 15 touches, however they want to balance that out in Week 1, I'm okay with that, limiting his workload to get him back for a full, healthy season. But I'm very excited. While we don't have a complete, definite yes, Saquon Barkley is coming back, we don't have that yet, but it's very, very promising what we're hearing from, I believe Ian Rappaport said this. So now I want to talk about an article that came out yesterday in the evening time that I just seen, and it's pretty much Jason Garrett admitting to why he can't play call correctly, and it's kind of what we all thought the case was. So it all started off with Freddie Kitchens here, and Freddie Kitchens, the senior offensive assistant, was asked on Thursday if the Giants would adjust their game plan because the O-line is struggling. And Kitchens responded, well, that's more probably Jason's call to answer that question. Kitchens said, but I think ultimately on defense, you try to do what your players do best, and that's what we try to do here. So basically, as an example, the article says, in other words, if Andrew Thomas can't block Von Miller or Bradley Chubb one-on-one, when Jones goes deep, the Giants can't call plays in Week 1 that asked Thomas to do that. Jason Garrett also said, we have a tremendous amount of confidence in our guys up front, but in that same sentence says he also said that his line has to protect better for the Giants to hit on more explosive plays. So in the same sentence, he said that he's extremely confident in the O-line, which I guess is a cookie cutter type of thing a offensive coach would say, but also pretty much admitted this O-line is the reason why we're not hitting on these explosive plays. He says more about this, saying, talking about the offensive line, bringing guys in, we have to get better. We have to be able to give our quarterback more time to throw the ball down the field. We also need to be efficient. We need to be able to mix it up, throw the ball quickly, get it out, make positive plays. So, I mean, pretty much there you have it there. I know some of this is kind of cookie cutter stuff. You really don't get a lot of information from coaches and players when it comes to these pressers or these press conferences or these questions, these Q&As. You never really get the whole story. So we pretty much only can go off of this. I think this is pretty much the first time that Jason Garrett pretty much puts the blame on his bad play calling on something else, and it's fine to do that, and we actually get an answer right to a question we already had the answer to. But it's, like I said, it's another good thing to actually get a confirmation on this, right? Although he said this in a very nice way, he's pretty much saying, listen, we are limited as an offense because the offensive line is not, I guess, good enough to really hold the blocks to make explosive plays downfield consistently. So that's why he said we also have to mix it up and throw the ball short and get some, put the ball in these players' hands and let them work and stuff like that. That's all cookie cutter stuff, but he's pretty much admitting to the reason why his play calling is horrendous and his play calling is very vanilla and very basic and has plays coming back to the football. So what I will say after these Jason Garrett statements is, I will not put 100% the blame on Jason Garrett. I will be looking at this offensive line. But if this offensive line does a little better and they're starting to establish some sort of chemistry and there's confidence in the offense and Jason Garrett still has comeback routes and spot routes and curl routes, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay? So Jason Garrett is on a very short leash. Him explaining all of this is a good step in the right direction. The first step to improvement is admitting you were wrong or identifying the problem in the first place, whether it's you, whether it's somebody else involved. So this is good. This is good. This is good news, and the fact that they're able to come out and say this is good. So, I mean, there's not much you can really get for him. He's not going to straight up say, yeah, we can't throw the ball deep because Will Hernandez can't block or Shane Lemieux can't block for his life, and Andrew Thomas keeps giving up the edge. They're not going to say things like that, but they're going to be very cookie cutter about it, and they're going to say things in the nicest way possible to the media to try to make them understand and try to make them, think a little bit. You could use your kind of mental skills there to try to figure out what he's trying to say. That being said, guys, leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about these two topics? Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.